Right, so I've taken the amp out, and the fault on this particular one is down in this corner. Let me see if I can focus you in. These two transistors here, that's my pointer. These two short circuit. If I show you the one of these on the Atlas tester, I recommend you get one of these if you're repairing loads of equipment. Short circuit on red and blue. So what I'll do, I'll fit these two new transistors and see how we go. Right, so this is obviously the right channel. It's been marked earlier by someone else. That's the left channel. Obviously smoothing caps for the two rails. What I'll do, I'll box it back together, make sure it works, and run through a couple of the suppliers with you. So that's the inside, a bit of a bugger to get out, but then underneath all you've got two bridge rectifiers and no other components. So that's this one. You see obviously the FETs on the inside there, or sorry, not FETs, transistors. Right, so I've put the board back in, as you can see. Got the meter on the, this is the like the speaker neutral. Stick it in there. So the quick guide, we've got plus 50 volts there, minus 50 there. Hopefully you can see the meter. Minus 50 there, plus 50 there, or 51. What was happening with those faulty transistors, if I turn this off, turn it back on, you'll hear the fans, and they were staying on. And those two transistors down in one of those corners control the time in limits, so this wasn't cutting out because there's DC on the speakers. These are relays that protect your speakers, and there's a time limit, so like a fade in before the amplifier cuts in. You don't need the mixer top assembly connected, they just connect a couple of ribbon cables down here and here. Don't need the top connected to test it. You heard the fans come on, it's all working properly now, and the fans have turned off, so that means the fault is hopefully fixed. I'll put the rest of the desk back on and give it a proper test, but let's take the board out. You've got, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 of these studs down there, little spacers underneath. So one there, down the back there, down the back under this corner there. I think there's one somewhere here. Oh, yeah, 2 for the rectifiers. Another one here, down the back. So under the M5, M6 nuts, obviously the cables for the transformers, speakers there and there, the fans down the back. There's little test points down here. See if I can. That row of pins down there, there are various test points, and then if you look at the silk screening just there, it tells you what they are. Same on the other side. Over here. See if we can get you in there. There's pins down here. So there's various voltages, and there the temperature's bias, that sort of stuff. Don't start tweaking these potentiometers. I think there's one here, one down the side. They set the limits for the amplifier, or sort of idle current. So these are adjusted. This one here, one down the side, to get a minimal amount of current in the absence of sound. You see down there, some more test points down there. We can't see because of the cables. So this wasn't cutting out on temperature. I think 1, 2, 3. This one, trying to do it carefully without shorting anything out. Well, this one's 6 volts. You have to take my word for it. Pin 3 down there, 6 volts is a normal temperature, which was good. If you're suspecting your amplifiers are blown up, if you check this coil is the last part before the sound goes out to your speakers. Test one side of the coil and see if you've got any DC. If you've got no DC on these coils, one down there and one down there, see the red coil? They're effectively out to the speakers. If you've got no DC on those, then the amplifiers are okay. Obviously, if you haven't got your 50 plus and minus 50 on each side, you've got a fault with one of these transistors. Maybe they're shorting out and blowing a fuse, something like that. But so this was a bit of a difficult one. Protection cutting in because of those 2 transistors down in the corner. Hopefully this will, I don't know, give you some guidelines. That's about it. These transistors down the front, if I probe them from left to right, so I'll start down here and then move across. I know this one was 79, 80 volts, this one down on the inside here. In fact, I'll probe it now, just in case, without shorting it out. So we've got 80 volts there. I'll put you on a meter. From right to left. So working amplifier, so we've got minus 26 on the right hand one. Next one in, we've got nothing. I'm sure there was something there before. Minus 16. Minus 26 on the third, 4th one from the right, and the 5th we've got plus 16, plus 16, and finally plus 80. So those readings for these transistors bolted to this heatsink, reading from right to left. So you've got the voltages on the amplifier, various tests, but I think there's plus and minus 15. The temperature, if it's not in temperature limit, it's about 6 volts is a good temperature reading. So if you haven't got a short circuit transistor on one of these or the other channel, you've got no DC on this coil, you're probably looking at a failed transistor in a protection circuit. The protection circuit or the time-in circuit, something like that. Right, I'll box it back up and see what happens. Hi, so this is a video backwards. I'll put the amplifier back together. Can't play any music because YouTube will take it off. So you can see the signal going in, no protect light anymore. See the left hand channel going, just got it tested on this little speaker here with a mic in up there coming off my PC. So 2 little transistors later, about I think it cost about £3 including the shipping on eBay. If you're going to change the transistors, make sure you put the right ones in. The 2 I've just taken out aren't actually the right ones, which is probably why they're blown up. Find them here. There we are, so 2 little transistors. I believe these were sort of looking at and protecting the supply as well as the sort of the time in function, but they were short circuit in various ways. But the base emitter voltage on these is meant to be 8 volts. These ones are the wrong ones. These have only got 5 volts, which is probably why they blew up. Anyway, 2 transistors and a dead Dynacord Powermate 1000. So that's all it was. Hope this helps someone. Thank you very much.